Mall World. For those who don't know, I keep looking this way because I have YouTube and TikTok at the same time, which is awesome. Okay, so if you have not heard of Mall World, it is extremely weird phenomena that people are experiencing. It looks like, have you ever experienced have you ever dreamt of a mall and it just has like this very eerie feeling, and it I don't know, and maybe you worked in that mall in your dream. The thing is, we're gonna talk about Mall World. It's a dream that like a ginormous part of the population have dreamt of, and I don't know, it's so bizarre. A lot of people dream of this mall. They feel like they're dreaming of the same mall. They have the same stores and music. Oh, thanks, Danny, for the heart. I appreciate that. It's very sweet. Um, um, it's just extremely creepy, you know. And so people have linked it to the GATE program too. If you don't know what the GATE program is, it's the CIA did some experiments on the American population when they were children. They were trying to find gifted children, and they actually admitted doing this, which is kind of insane. So a lot of people think they visit this Mall World. It has to do with the people who were experimented with the GATE kids, basically. So Mall World refers to a surreal, massive shopping mall that many people claim to visit in their dreams. Different dreamers report very similar landmarks: food courts, staircases, endless escalators, suggesting a shared collective map. Hello, thanks for joining. Thanks for the rose wink. I appreciate you guys. I like having you guys here. If you guys have had any Mall World, thanks for the roses, you guys, experiences, let me know. Okay. The mall is usually like a very liminal space vibe. For those who don't know, that's like eerie, like something's not right. Some people feel trapped. There's some people on TikTok that talk about being like in like the bathroom is like chaotic. I dreamt of this mall many years ago, and I remember it being pretty vivid for me, but I had a job in this Mall World. My job was to, oh, thanks for the hearts, most stuff on YouTube. My job was to work in the hotel that was connected to the mall, and I was a front desk person. And I just remember talking to my coworkers, and I just worked there, and I just went to work. And a lot of people seem to keep visiting this mall, and they're like clocking in to work. It's like they have a different life. And there's this whole girl on TikTok that has mapped it out, and people seem to be relating to it like they've been there. Like maybe we have like a collective consciousness. I've only experienced it once. Have you guys ever dreamt of Mall World? Let me know. Hello, Chris King. And then over here I have Nicholas and Tragobard. Welcome, you guys. Some dreamers say parts of the mall feel like stuck in time. Different zones feel like different eras, 30s, 50s, 70s, even futurism. Others report underground or behind scene areas under the mall, cement rooms, puzzle passageways, labyrinths. Oh my god, I'm having a brain fart. Let me see. Bliss says, like the one stores was on fire and shit. I seen that video of her talking about it. Yeah, it's crazy because a lot of people seem to be going to the same mall. And I have come, hey, thanks for the follow, you guys over here on TikTok, Trayson and Big Flood. Okay, so, yeah, it seems to be, and some people have like, some people are scared of it, saying, oh, it's trapping souls. Some people just think it's an aftermath of the GATE program. So all the GATE, a lot of the people, the GATE kids, oh, if you don't know what the GATE program is, they were trying to look for psychic children years ago. I think when I was a kid, and the government literally, the CIA actually released documents, and they talked about, you know, they had experiments to see which kids were psychic or not. They were trying to identify that. They make them. I remember the pink juice. I remember that. Let me see. I have. Douglas says hi. I do have some more people here on TikTok and on YouTube. You guys are awesome. So the GATE program, gifted and talented education, pulled students out of class at all times, included puzzles, IQ tests, creative problem solvings. Yeah, but they did other kinds of tests. I don't know if I was part of the GATE program. I just remember having weird tests done on me. I remember in elementary school having my fingerprints taken. I remember drinking a pink juice. I remember the headphones. Do you guys have this same memory? Let me see. Spit says yo. And then we have some people here. I don't know what that means. What happened to see? Ooh, I don't know. Okay, so. Yeah, it's very deja vu, nostalgia type thing too. Have you guys ever experienced this, by the way? No. Gateway process, yeah. So, the gateway process, real declassified programs. This is one of the, Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA, not the CIA program, ran from 1970s to 1995, studies psychic phenomena, especially remote viewing, famous documents. Yeah, they were literally looking for children that had psychic abilities. Okay, let me see. I just want to hear your thoughts. What do you guys think? I have 2 live streams running right now, which is so fun for me. Clara says, hey, hi you guys. How are you guys, by the way? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, the Mandela effect, I feel like it's also something weird too that freaks me out. It's like there's this huge portion of society that remembers things specifically. Some people believe the Mandela effect is just like the CIA running another test, seeing how society reacts, but it wouldn't make sense because it looks like people around the world feel the Mandela effect, which is interesting. Some people feel like we swap timelines at some point, which is interesting. I feel like that. I feel like the world's not the same. It freaks me out. So we have someone from France. Nice to meet you, and Turkey. Alex is joined over here. Nice to meet you guys. Okay. So, what do you guys think? Have you ever dreamt of a mall and it was like an eerie feeling? Let me actually put that as a questionnaire here on YouTube. Have you dreamt? I don't know how to do questionnaires on TikTok. What do you guys think? You dreamt of Mall World. There we go. Have you dreamt of Mall World? Tell us why you're so pretty. Nice, thanks. That's sweet. Richard Storm, welcome you guys. We are talking about the shared dreamscape today of Mall World. Clint. And for the TikTokers, I did a live stream yesterday. I did explain myself that I'm swapping my content a little bit, kind of like my YouTube content where we just talk about weird stuff in our reality, and I hear your feedback and things like that. So it's not the necessarily, the spooky story content. Because I'm always on YouTube, so I want to be able to live stream more on TikTok too. Okay. I'm just gonna ignore these. I would just appreciate if you don't, okay, so Let's see. We have Ghosty and Frank. Hi guys. I know I've have some people here from my story times. I am swapping my content a little bit. I'm on YouTube, so I have YouTube running over here. I usually just talk about the weird stuff and our reality and things like that. So I'm kind of doing that on TikTok so I can live stream at the same time. And I was just talking about the conspiracy theory of Mall World and the Mandela effect. Did someone send me a voice audio? Is that even possible? So we have Sasquatch from Canada. It's cool. Hi guys. Let's see. No, I know, but that's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I believe anything is possible. The MK Ultra experiments that the CIA did, they used safe houses in San Francisco and New York, and they would secretly dose men with LSD, and they used sex workers to bring those men into apartments. The purpose was to kind of see if they were, if they could be manipulated under LSD and if they can open their mind. I miss your Tory time, says Clint. Aw, I'm just like, I'm trying to figure out, because I'm typically, so we're talking about Mall World here. I have some random stuff here about MK Ultra too, but I'm trying to figure out what suits me best with TikTok, because I'm barely on TikTok because I'm always doing YouTube. So I would like to live stream both at the same time and then do content on both, but then I would have to give my YouTube content on TikTok, you know? I do have a poll going on YouTube right now, and it looks like 20% of people say they have dreamt of Mall World, and 80% say they haven't. Which is kind of interesting to me. But, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is just, like, fake, or do you think it's real? Do you think it's possible to all have a collective dream? I think it's possible. I think we are conscious spiritual beings that can connect with each other, you know? And I feel like people can dream hop. That's a thing. Dream hoppers. Have you guys ever experienced like something where someone is in your dream and you think, oh my God, that person feels so real. Maybe they grab you in your dream and they talk to you and you're just like, whoa. I feel like people can go into your dreams and they can send you messages. Maybe someone who has passed away, or maybe it's someone, thanks for the hearts and follows, you guys. Maybe it's someone, maybe it's your neighbor dream hopping, you know? There was a guy that kind of became famous for that because a lot of people were drawing his face. They kept saying they're seeing the same man, and he was a dream hopper. So we have hello from New Jersey. Hi, thanks for the follow. And Jill O'Malley's fans real. I don't know, to guess. I'm happy to see you guys. New Jersey. I'm in Florida. Where are you guys located? Hello. Hi. Spanish, right? Thanks for the follow, you guys. I'm from Florida. Sorry, you're so beautiful. Aw, thanks. I appreciate you guys. You guys are so sweet to me. What do you think dreams are? I'm getting that question on YouTube. I think it's a combination of things. I think dreams are subconscious trying to work through things. But I think it's also like our little world where we can... It's our world. Why not control it, right? It's your world. If you want to learn how to lucid dream, the best thing you could do is you meditate 5 to 10 minutes before you go to sleep with the intention, I'm going to remember my dream. I'm going to remember I'm dreaming. And when you wake up, you write your dream. You do this for like 4 or 5 days, and then you'll wake up in your dream. You'll be like, oh, this is a dream. I have control, and just change everything. Isn't that the coolest thing? That's how this reality works, really. It's really magical. It really is. Okay, so I'm going to catch up on the comments on both sides. on YouTube. Where are you from? Well, I'm originally from Puerto Rico, but I'm in Florida. How old are you? 501. We have Lewis that says, hey. If you drank blood from a drug, will you become active over time? Maybe if the blood had drugs on it and you keep going to people who have drugs. Actually, maybe. Florida, Mohammed, where are you guys from? Love your channel. Oh, I'm glad you do. Yeah, I was a little nervous because I'm swapping the content on my TikTok. So yesterday was the first day I did that, and because I'm usually on YouTube, and I want to be able to live stream more on TikTok, you know, so I can live stream at the same time. New York, so we have a New York. Yeah, and we have someone from Iran over here. That's really cool. New York is really beautiful. I've never been to Iran, but it's cool that I have some people that are from so far away, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I just have to remember, I have to remind myself constantly that this world is what you make it, you know? Like, sometimes I'll get, like, the doom scroll of how horrible everything is going, and it can be exhausting. Like, I don't want to do that. You have autonomy. You're human. You have a soul. You have a little spark in you. You can do anything. There are no rules. Like, there are societal rules, but there are no rules. Obviously, don't hurt anybody, right? But there are no rules. Like, you can do anything. Really, in your soul. Follow your dreams, because you have this life, you know? Nice eyes. Thanks. We have, here, Mohasi, you're so cute. Thank you. I'm from Suriname. Ooh, I don't know if I said that right. Where's that? And I said, what do you think of the Hollow Knight Silk Song? I don't know what the Louis Lee says. I agree. Yeah, and I have to remind myself that too, because I am not perfect. Like, we're all learning and growing, and those energies and powers that will online, like, they purposely show you chaotic things, and it drains your energy, and you're feeding into the chaos. Let's spread some love and light, right? Let's not feed too much into the chaos of this world. Okay, I don't know what Hollow Knight Silk Song is. I'm guessing it's a song. Hollow Knight Silk Song. Let's see. Oh, it's a TV show. That's cool. I haven't seen it. Okay, Judy says, shout America. Oh, shout out to America. That's nice. Paul says, I like your name, twin. That's funny. Yes, Paulina. It is pretty close to Paul. That is true. I've met other Pauls too. It's always like, oh, we have the same name. Thanks for the follow, you guys. I don't know. Nobody's perfect. So I'm just trying to do a reminder to myself, to you guys. You guys can do anything. This world, that's why I do these weird conspiracy stuff, spiritual things, because this world is not real, and you make it what you want it to make it. Oh my god, I got an ad. So I love your mouth and teeth, you remember. Ooh, I don't know, you have to guess. Oh, thanks for the follow, you guys. Okay, let me go ahead and do here. Tony says it's a simulation. Yesterday on my live stream, we were talking about the fact that this could be a simulation. We were talking about the backdrop people. So if you don't know, or the NPC theory, if you don't know Dolores Cannon, she was a famous hypnotherapist, and she died, but she talked about putting people in hypnosis and asking them what happens after death. And a lot of them would say, this world is a game, and you just wake up from the game, you're just playing a game. So make it the most you want to make it. And she believed in the backdrop people, which are like the filler people, Like, and I could see this because when you observe matter, it acts differently than when you don't observe matter. Like, that's like, there's like a scientific study on that. But if you are, so her idea was, if you are going into an empty stadium, the stadium does not exist until you go there. It's like a game loading. And there are people like us that have souls and are real, and there are people who are just part of the simulation. Kind of like you interact with the NPCs in a game. What do you guys think? Okay. So Christ Conscious says it's a dream. Yeah, it's like you wake up from a dream. Joseph says, cool, thanks. And then let me catch up here. Tony says, it is a dream. Joe says, Blue Beam Project. Okay, this is why I like doing these lives, because we could all just talk about the weird stuff. The Blue Beam Project, if I am not wrong, isn't that the one where you, where the governments of the world will fake an alien invasion to kind of unite humanity and try to create one world government? And that's what a lot of people think, oh, that's Three Eye Atlas is just a comet, but they're trying to make it seem more. You know, and then you have the psychic say, no, it's more. I don't know. What do you guys think of Three Eye Atlas? What's the laser vampire? That's funny. Okay. Double split theory. Oh, I have to turn off. Give me 1 second. I'm getting a bunch of messages. I need to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Okay. So, Louis Lisa, I totally agree with you. Love the teeth. Very cool. Thanks. I appreciate you guys. And then, what is the double split theory? Let's look that up. Double split theory. So the double split experiment demonstrated the concept of wave-particle duality, showing the particles light and electrons behave both waves and particles depending on whether... Oh, that's what I was talking about. They measured how the particles behaved when they were being observed. So, it looked like they were behaving in a certain pattern, and when they stopped observing it and they came back, the pattern was broken. They knew when they were being observed. That's so weird. We create our reality, right? The observer effect. We are the observer that creates our reality. So whatever you believe, you create. And that's why it's like, I have to tell myself too, like, don't get drawn into the chaos energy because you're creating another reality. Focus on the good and love and light and spread positivity. Keep creating that reality. Okay. So, okay, thanks for the compliment, Mohammed. Joe says yes. Says, of the two teeth, you guess which. Hi. Are you really 350 years old? 501. Okay. So, Arthur's Dracula, that's funny. Thanks for the follow. I know on TikTok, my following's not as big on YouTube, so I'm kind of growing this, and I hope you guys are enjoying the shift in content. Okay, so we have 18 people here, and people are still voting if they've experienced Mall World. It looks like 70 or 90 people on YouTube. 71% says no. 29% of you guys says, or 33% of you guys say yes. So, or people are currently voting right now. So what's Mall World, says Jamie? It is a shared dream. You know how we have the Mandela effect amongst people? Oh, I remember this, I remember that. Mall World seems to be a shared dream amongst a huge part of the population. Like a huge part of the population. And we all seem to be dreaming of the same mall. I've only dreamt of this mall one time. And I dreamt that I was working in the hotel area. The hotel was connected to the mall. I was a front desk and I just went to work and I had coworkers. And that's it. What makes it weird is that it's shared. People have had weird experiences in the bathrooms of Mall World, and they see these crazy, all these bathrooms and all this stuff, and people seem to be sharing the same dream. Do you guys believe you can share the same dream? Okay, let me catch up on YouTube real quickly. Do you know Dracula? Maybe. Tony says, look up how shadows react during a solar eclipse. It breaks the matrix. Ooh, that is interesting. Let's see how shadows react. How shadows react during a solar eclipse. Let's see. During solar eclipse, shadows become sharper and cast a crescent shape because the sun is partially blocked. Tiny gaps between leaves act like pinholes, projecting multiple images of crescent sun onto the ground. Ooh, interesting. Let's see. Moha says your dream things. Sure says, I have a question. Yeah, feel free if you guys have questions or anything, or if you want to talk about a specific topic, let me know. That's the whole point. I'm trying to create a community where we just talk about all the weird stuff. Louis Lee says, what are we talking about today? We started with the mall world theory, but we kind of go everywhere on my lives. If you have any other ideas, just let me know. I've only personally dreamt of mall world once, but it seems like it's a collective dream, you know, which just makes it cool. It's like we're all dreaming together. So wait, what says Jamie? Chris says, ask me no questions, I'll tell you no lies, go ask a ghost. You are a dream. Aw, thanks. Hi, yes, bro. Okay, so I love vampire. Yeah, nice. That's funny. Okay, so I have some comments here. Yeah, I thought Mall World was cool. A lot of people think it has to do with the experiments that were done with the gate children. So if you don't know, the CIA did release some documents saying that they were testing children in public schools to see if they had any psychic abilities. So a lot of people think, oh, it's those same children that dream of Mall World. Honestly, we all have that sixth sense. Western society has just tried to teach us out of it. But you are a powerful being, and you can accomplish anything you want, and you can really connect to the spiritual realm around you. Jamie says, just a random mall, huh? I have to remember. So Jamie, so it's not a random mall. It's like a specific. If you look up Mall World on TikTok, there's a girl who literally kept dreaming. So I dreamt of it once, but she kept dreaming of it, and she ended up like mapping the whole thing. And people are saying that, oh my God, I just remember this from this. It could just be, it could be real, or to be honest, it could be a combination of both. It could be totally real. Everybody's having a dream of the mall. Or it could just be the thing where, oh, I dreamt of a mall, it must be Mall World. You know, like you're kind of like associating it with that. Anything's possible. Or maybe we're all just sharing the same dream. So I was gonna say, I'm really high. Hi, Jamie. Joy says, hi. Country Kirby's back. Welcome back again. Louis Lee on TikTok says, thanks for the follow, you guys. Okay, cool. How about paranormal stuff? That's a cool subject. So, I do ghost tours for those who don't know. And it's a lot of fun when I do the ghost tours, but in the beginning, I didn't know how to protect myself. So I do believe in the paranormal, and I think it's all there, honestly. And it gives me confidence that once I die, our souls are eternal, which it's like comforting. Yes, it can be scary, but it's comforting at the same time, you know? But on my ghost tours, in the beginning, I wasn't setting the intention of love and light. And I had some scary things come through, like scary. Like I have a spirit talker where it goes through many radio channels, and the spirits will try to talk through it. And I remember getting one, calling itself the Ancient One, and it was very coherent on the spirit talker, and it freaked me out because usually the ghosts are not coherent. And that night, I went home and I had the scariest dream. I dreamt that there was something pulling me by the shirt and I could not see it. I could not see it. And it was trying to throw me out the window. Okay? But, so the next 2 nights, I did not stay at home. I stayed at my boyfriend's. But my neighbor, which when I lived in this house, it was a house made into 3 apartments. My neighbor texted me. She's like, did you do a ghost tour on Sunday? And I said, yes. And she said she was very mad at me because I brought something home. She said that when she was sitting in the living room, the trash can lid flew across the living room. And she was terrified, and I had to go cleanse the home. So I went and I cleansed the home, and everything was good. Nothing is bad there. We're like, just love and light, you know. But I learned my lesson too. Yes, the spiritual realm is very real, and there's a lot of good and there's bad. There's duality, just like in the earthly realm, and it is soothing. Even though these experiences are scary, it is soothing because you know there's more than just this life. Okay, let me catch up in the comments real quickly. So I have over here, Blanca says, un gran saludo, estoy muy linda como siempre. Gracias, Blanca. I have Jen says, hi, what is the mall world? Mall world is a collective dream. Many people around the world keep dreaming of the same mall, but they tend to be Americans. Sorry, not around the world. Many people in the U.S. are dreaming of the same mall. Okay, Jamie says, in a cemetery, I hope. Actually, my ghost tours are not in a cemetery. It is in local haunted spots. But it's a lot of fun. When did you get bit by a vampire? I don't know. So, Country Girl says, you bringing ghosts home. Yeah, not anymore. I got really good at setting the intention and, like, boundaries. And I also use sage and stuff to, like, you can't follow me. You have to stay here, basically. So Chris Dunwood is talking about her experience. So for you guys that are on TikTok, since this is new content for TikTok, people share their experiences and beliefs. You feel free to do that too. I'll catch up. I know I see 13 comments here. Just catching up on both sides. So on YouTube, I have Chris Dundon says, the first house that we lived in this town, my daughter saw a ghost a few times. Each time my wife told my daughter there are no ghosts. After a few sightings, my wife saw a ghost also. Oh my God. That's why you have to believe your kids. That the Western society has brainwashed, not necessarily you, but people to believing that the spiritual realm is not real. Why do all children around the world have the universal experience of seeing spirits, the monsters that lie beyond the realm? It's because they're seeing spirits. Believe them, please. They are. And also, don't sleep with a mirror across your bed. I grew up sleeping with the closet doors that were mirrors. As a teenager, I had so many weird experiences. It's like Feng Shui 101. The Chinese believe in this. It's inviting ghosts to like haunt you during like your sleep. Don't sleep with mirrors just facing you while you're sleeping. Okay, so my nemesis, my name is Jeff. Oh, I love that one. My name is Jeff. Have you something about vampire? Mark says, okay, disculpa ignorancia, puedo decir que eso es. No, you're good. That's vampire fangs. So awesome, all of your fangs. Thanks. Okay, let me catch up on the comments on TikTok. Meditation certain frequencies. I do. That's scary. Yeah, I'm sorry it's scaring you guys. I didn't mean to, but I mean, that's what we do. We just talk about all the weird stuff in our reality here. Cardi says, love the luck. How long have you been married? I'm not married. I have a boyfriend. Lou says, yeah, you gotta be careful. Spirits are both good and evil. Yes, this world has duality, and so does the next. But that's the cool thing about this world is you can choose the light, choose the good, right? And a lot of things will try to suck you into the bad, and sometimes it sucks me into it, and I have to like don't let that affect your mindset. There's so much good and love in this world. Okay, So, our hearts is Leon. Great, thank you. For some reason, I'm sensitive to the paranormal stuff. I feel energy. I mean, that's good. You can feel energy. You have your sixth sense more developed, Lewis. We all have access to this, but a lot of people have this closed off. Curtis says, I have a mirror across my bed. Cardi, take that out. Please. It's not good. Please, just put it in another room. Definitely agree. Says Lewis. Okay, let me catch up on YouTube. I have a lot of hidden comments. Oh my god. I could see why. Solo says, hey amiga. Hi. Toto says, you're gorgeous. Thanks. Hello. Hi everybody. Mirrors are portals to the spiritual realm, says Jeannie. Yes, it is a portal. So, like, there are good things and bad things. You just don't want, when you're sleeping, you are more open to the spiritual realm, right? So, when you are sleeping, you can, things can be good. Things are always around you trying to contact you, but you're just more open to it, you know? Okay, so I meditate a lot. Yeah, meditating will open you up to all of that. I'm sure you connect, if you want to, Lewis, if you want to connect to whatever you believe in, your angels, your family, a higher power, you can ask for that and you'll get connection messages that way. And being in the present moment is so important too, because it brings so much gratitude, like getting your mind out of the past and the future, just being here. Like I love this couch. I can smell the air. I can feel my hair. I'm so lucky to be able to see. Just being appreciated for what you have, and you'll see so much love and light just being here, right? Okay, so you already see so much. It says hello from Turkey. Remember, I don't know. You have to guess. Hello. It looks like white pizza likes cats. JMS says, welcome to reality. Do you believe in God? Well, I did have an experience with the Holy Spirit. So I do pray to the Holy Spirit. But, you know, I believe there's just so much, you know. God with me, says Jay. I love that. Kitty says, hi, beautiful. Jenny says, I'm so with you on that. My wife struggles with depression, and for no good reason, because we have everything we could possibly need. It's of the mind. Sometimes the mind. So I talked about this yesterday. Eckhart Tolle is so helpful. He like had a abrupt awakening, and he talked about the monkey brain. So like, I don't know if he called it the monkey brain, but I call it the monkey brain. So the monkey brain, so you are the observer of your thoughts. You can, as a conscious being, you can observe the thoughts that your brain creates, right? But you, because you disagree or agree with those thoughts, you are not your thoughts. You are the observer. Your brain is programmed because of your past conditionings to have these thoughts, right? Reprogram your brain and also realize that you are not your thoughts. Reprogramming your brain looks like doing affirmations in the morning, like, today's an amazing day. I'm awesome. You're awesome. We're awesome. We all can do it. We're all beautiful beings. We all are healthy. There's so much to look forward to. All these are affirmations to program the monkey brain. But still realize that you're just programming the machine that's going around the thoughts. Still realize that you are just the observer of it. You're the consciousness that observes it. But programming it to be nicer is still nice, you know? Meditating will help. I know Lewis meditates a lot. Lewis has power of the mind and your intuition too. Yes. Okay, and then let me look on YouTube real quickly. Kitty Wolf says, how are you? I'm doing great. Israel, yeah, I love praying. Mentalism, you guys. I don't know what do you mean? I forgot the meaning of mentalism. I don't know if you're calling me crazy. Oh no. Mentalism can refer to a doctrine that only ideas exist in the mind. Exactly. or a branch of magic involving seemingly supernatural mental abilities, mind reading, prediction, telekinesis. Okay, so the supernatural stuff, we all have access to that. We're all connected. This world tries to disconnect you, but we are all connected. Haven't you realized that sometimes you have an idea and someone else has an idea, that same idea, you never talk to them about it? Or maybe two creators, inventors around the world create the same thing at the same time. The ideas are all floating out there. We're all connected. Maybe the name of someone pops up and then you get the phone call. They call you. We all have that sixth sense. This reality, this society that we've been born into is trying to divide us. But no, we're all connected and we're all strong. Stronger than you know. You are very strong and powerful. That's why they tried to create the divide. Wake up, people. You can do anything you want to in this life. Wake up. Okay. So, let me catch up on the comments. Lucy says, next Wildcat says, good evening, good evening. Lucy says, yes, I agree. We are connected. You have to unlock it. Yes, we are connected and have to unlock it too. And then let me catch up on the comments here. Jay says, nothing moves but the mind. Exactly. You are just observer. Jeannie says, well, I read his book as well, and it really helped me too. That's crazy. Yeah, it helped me a lot. Like, I was going through a cycle where this was years ago. I was depressed, and I had a lot of, repeating thoughts. And his teachings woke me up to the monkey brain, because I started, meditating and realizing I could really create a divide between just watching the thoughts and realizing, oh, I'm just an observer. That's why you don't agree with some of those thoughts, right? And it really wakes you up I'm just observing the monkey brain. And then after that, I was like, oh, so if it's a monkey brain, I can train it. So I started doing affirmations so I can have better thoughts. Like, I wake up, it's going to be an awesome day, you know? We're beautiful. We eat healthy foods. We got this. We spread the love, right? Train your brain. So even though you still know that it's still the monkey brain and you're still an observer, at least you're observing something peaceful and nice. Latin music says, oh my gosh, girl. Hi. Smile. Latin music is so effing beautiful. That's really sweet. Like your smile. You dropping wisdom, girl. Thank you, guys. Based on your remarkable feet. Oh my god. Jacob says, hello, Paulina. Hi. What's Mall World? So, Mall World is the concept of... There's a lot of Americans seem to be dreaming of the same mall. And there's a lot of conspiracy theories behind it. One is that the GATE program, the kids that were taken out of the public schools, and they were in public schools, but they were tested for psychic abilities. Some of them think that's it's causing that. Why so many Americans in a certain age group are dreaming of Mall World. Anything's possible, honestly. I feel like I dreamt of it once, and I was a worker as a front desk person, but that's it. Godspeed says she eats people. That's why, okay. Minty says hi. Kick It says much love. Anchorage, Alaska, stay strong. Ooh! Anchorage, Alaska, that's awesome. So far. Okay, Minty says hi. Okay, so let me catch up on the comments here. Anna says, wow, says, good evening. Lucy, good evening. Next, Wildcat. Lucy says, yes, I agree. We are connected. Nice, thanks. Super Mario says, oh my gosh, no way. It's really you. Thanks, Super Mario, for the galaxy. I really appreciate it. That's so sweet. Thank you. I love your vampire. They give me ASMR. Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest, Super Mario. I am swapping my content a little bit The reason I wasn't on YouTube as much was because, on TikTok as much. Thanks for the rose and the heart puffs. Is because I was always on YouTube doing content. Thank you for the fingers, heart fingers, and the TikTok. So I'm gonna start doing my YouTube content on TikTok. So then I can be live more for you guys. Thank you for everything, Super Mario. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. I really, really appreciate everything. Okay, so I'm gonna catch up on the comments over here real quickly, okay? So, DJ Hidden says, why no donation option? Because on TikTok, they let you donate, but on YouTube, I have to hit a certain metric to donate. Thank you so much, Brian. I hope you enjoy this weird content that I have now. Huang says, yo, hi, welcome back again. Jacob says, I dream of things that could never be. This is another concept or idea I have, which is, and I think a lot of people do share this idea. If there is anything that you can think of or dream of or conceptualize, I believe it exists in some realm somewhere. Like some parallel universe, some weird realm. Yes. What was I gonna say? I honestly think our reality is just the reality you create, and anything's possible. Like, I've mentioned this before. I've astral projected. That's when you are sleeping and you learn how to your soul leaves your body. And there's so many parallel realms, there's so many things going on. I think everything exists somewhere. You get this idea because it exists somewhere. And that's another reason why create your reality. You can do it. You are a millionaire somewhere. Do it. You are maybe own your own business somewhere. Do it. You can do anything. Okay. So, Homer says, hi, DJ. Oh, feet. Huang says, thanks for welcome back song. You haven't done that one for a while. Yeah, I haven't. You're right. Okay. Mike says, hi. Huang says, yeah, we talked about this before. Remember, the Australian realist philosopher Alexis Myung first said he called Myung's jungle. Yes, you did mention that. Thank you. Jacob says, you have a peculiar mind, Paulina. Yeah. Well, I just, like, we're just trained to live in this world. It's just a programming. This society is a programming. Unprogram yourself. Unprogram yourself. Do what you want. You're just programmed to go to work, to do this, to do that. Unprogram yourself. Okay, so, let me catch up on the comments. Gian says hello. But that's funny. Huang says, not sure I want to be a millionaire. They're the worst. Oh my God. Well, I think there's a reality where I believe there's a reality where there's abundance for everyone. And for some reason, they're trying to keep that reality from us. But there's a reality where there's abundance for everyone. That's what we want, right? We want everybody to have everything they need, right? And I think there are creatures. This is where I get really weird, you guys. I think there are creatures out there that feed off of the energy, the chaos energy, the misery energy, kind of like vampires. But there are creatures out there that feed off of keeping humans low. It's an energy that we exude because there is an abundance for everyone. You just have to believe in yourself, right? Okay, so let me catch up over here. Let's see. Again, thank you, Super Mario, for everything. Nick says, your teeth are awesome. Thank you. Nick. Okay, let me catch up over here. Okay. Jacob says, I am unprogrammed. I love that. Who's bite? Paulina said, oh my gosh, says Paulina, darling, I'm a card reader. Cards say you'll soon have a bun in the oven. Congrats. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Huang says, ha, I am a few steps ahead of you, Paulina. I have reprogrammed my mind blown. Yes, I love that. Hash pants. Something about farts. Are you single? No, I have a boyfriend. Oh my God. Okay, so let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm also curious something. Oh my God. Nate Escape says, good evening. Good evening, you guys. So yeah, there is abundance out there for everyone, and that's what we want, right? Create your reality. Ruben Nate says hi. Good evening. Ruben says hi. 501. Okay. Louis Lee says, you can manifest anything. Yeah, you can. I think anything is possible. I don't know. I'm happy. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. I was honestly, I'm just going to talk straight with you guys. I was honestly nervous because I started doing the double lives and I'm swapping the content here, but everything's going well, you know? And hopefully my TikTok will keep growing more. On YouTube, I have quite a bit. Josh says, sweetheart. He's telling you, Ruben. I'm 501, Ruben. So. Oh my God. The hash pants comment. You guys, do you see that? That's good. It will awesome community enjoy it. I'm glad you do. Yeah, that's the whole point. Like, we just all chat, you know, and just talk about the weird stuff. And we don't have to agree on everything. I just, for, like, my sole purpose is to, like, I like spooky stuff, but it's to, like, kind of, like, spread love and light, you know? Like, you guys deserve the world. Each one of you. So Huang says, they're one of my favorite paranormal podcasters. Wait, who? Let me see if I can find. I don't know if your comment got blocked. I can't see it. Okay. So Lucy says, of course. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just chilling. The two girls, one ghost podcast. Oh, I have heard it. Oh my God. I just thought Two Girls, One... I never saw that, by the way. I was a little girl when that came out, but that's gross. But the Two Girls, One Ghost podcast, I think I know which one you're talking about. They just talk about things in our reality. Woohoo! Which is kind of cool. Something spooky to talk about maybe is the Hat Man. Ooh, the Hat Man. Have you guys heard of this? He's like a shadow person. And again, there's duality in this world, right? There's dark and light. The Hat Man is seen. It's like a shadow figure. I think it's called the Hat Man or the Tall Hat. Whatever. There's a shadow figure that is seen wearing a top hat. Right? And he seems to haunt kids. And he literally, all he does, you know how children see a lot of spirits and things? They're more susceptible to being scared. So he seems to scare kids for that energy, like that. They feed off of the fear energy. And people see him when they're like sad or when they're like going through something. But you can you're a powerful being. You can easily just banish him out. But he's seen around children a lot. He likes to scare them. Creepy. Okay, so Muhammad says, I really adore you. Aw, thanks. Isn't that Monsters Inc? Jacob. Ooh, Monsters Inc. You know what? I feel like movies will tell us a lot of truths. 2 truths and a lie. We should play that. Monsters Inc. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely real. Not in the Monsters Inc. way. In the way that we're gonna go we're like type of spirit entity go into a kid's room and scare them to feed off of that energy. It's a food source. Definitely. But where there's darkness, there's light. There's a lot of light beings that will help you, angels and whatnot. Lucy, for some reason I'm unbothered with paranormal stuff. You're probably desensitized, kind of like me for the most part. And I know how to, like, because I do ghost tours, I know how to kick things out of my house and, like, banish things away, you know. But yeah, I'm pretty desensitized too. Like, I'll talk about it with my family and they're like, they literally do that face, like horrified. And I'm like, okay, maybe I can't talk to you guys about this stuff. So I'll go on YouTube and on TikTok and talk to you guys about this stuff, you know? And I feel like I had an experience with angels. I talked about this one and it was a beautiful experience. When you are in that state, when you're like meditating, that's like right before falling asleep, you can fall into a meditative state and it really opens you up to receive messages. And it's beautiful. You can get really nice things. Louis Lee says, I know, right? Awesome. Thanks. Okay, so let me catch up on the comments. Juan says, the Hammond is said to be the same thing as the Shadow Man, only more powerful, like a Master Shadow Man. Ooh, interesting. And he's more popular, apparently. Well, I guess people recognize him more because of the distinguished hat. Okay, so, Natalie says, hi. This is your welcome. Thank you. Hi, Natty. Zombies. Not quite. You're close. I say thank you. Thanks. The vampire. Oh my gosh. Isn't there a haunted theory or something about Monsters, Inc.? Isn't there a haunted theory about Monsters, Inc.? I don't know. Is there a haunted conspiracy theory? Let's see. About Monsters, Inc.? Is there... Okay, haunted conspiracy theory about Monsters, Inc. Yes, there's a conspiracy theory about Monsters, Inc., but they are not about it being haunted. Rather, they focus on darker conspiratorial plots of monsters themselves, such as theory that Mr. Waternoose and Randall were secretly kidnapping and torturing children, which explored the various fan theories. And ooh, really? That's spooky. Let me see. This is Maddie. It's funny. Louis Lee says, yes, hidden messages in movies. Okay. So that gets me. We are all like, we all have that little spark inside us of our soul, right? We're all very powerful. And there are people who grow up, you know, there's hidden schools, and there are people who grow up in families where they're taught ancient knowledge. And when you have influence over powerful people, you have to tell them what you're going to do, right? Because you can't just, we have free will. You can't just take someone's free will, right? So, and I've seen this conspiracy theory before, and I kind of believe it. Movies and TV shows are often telling us what they're going to do before it happens. And you watching it is you agreeing to it. You're sending energy to it. That's why you have like things like The Simpsons predicting. Symptoms predict a lot, right? That's why you also have, I think if I'm not wrong, this little, that's nothing. I don't try to get into politics or anything, but the Charlie Kirk, there's like a TV show or a movie that predicted everything. Like, I feel like especially Simpsons. Oh my God, I have a whole like short series on my YouTube of The Simpsons predicting stuff. It's crazy. It's like they have to tell us before they do it, you know? What are your thoughts? Louis Lee says, yes, I agree. Ooh. Let me catch up on the comments. Oh my God, I am getting spammed on YouTube. Okay, Parker says, yes, Satan requires his followers to show victims what they are going to do. It's consent, essentially. Oh my god. That's scary. That's another thing. Like, that's what you have to also be, like, your subconscious is so manipulative. Like, you have to be aware what you listen to, what you're watching. I like mainstream movies and music, but I have to put that awareness that I'm not letting anything seep into my subconscious. Like, don't. Do you know what I mean? Because some of these programmings are on purpose. I know it's so cheesy to say television, tell a vision. They're telling you a vision of something they want you to know. Sometimes it is just innocently a movie, but just beware of what you're watching and listening to, because it programs your reality. It programs your brain. It's programming programs. Okay. So, Jacob says, it's as if they warned you, so it's fair game. Exactly. It's like, oh, you consented to this because you watched it on a TV show, so we're going to do it to you now. That's what, do you have things like The Simpsons? It's like, also, it's like they're laughing at us. Like, ha ha ha. We're just putting it in your face, but this we're going to do. Right? But you can wake up and be like, no, we're not going to do this. Like, that's the whole trying to create division amongst us folk. We're so powerful, you guys. We could just say no, you know? Vincent says, hello. Huang says, put them in timeout. Paulina, okay, it looks like they stopped, so I think they're good. Varian says, hello from Canada. Hi. Just as pretty eyes. Thanks. You're gorgeous. That's very sweet. Thank you, by the way. I don't know what that... Everyone who's from Spanish chat, please, thank you, Paulina. And also, I see a comment there. Just try to be respectful to everyone. Okay, so let's see something. Lucy said it's like foreshadowing of events before it happens. Yeah, things like the Super Bowl. Okay, if you're spamming, I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna have to put you in a timeout for spamming, okay? Okay, so what was I gonna say? I totally spaced out. Oh yeah, if you're, okay, so we all like games, whatever, right? But the Super Bowl, whatever they do before the Super Bowl, whatever that show is, that is definitely like a ritual. They're so excited. They're getting so much energy and eyes on them at once. It's the Super Bowl. So you're giving them your energy by watching it. Just letting you know. Maybe you can actually like be like, I'm not like actively say, oh, I don't want to give you energy, whatever. You know what I mean? But like, that's what it is. It's a world stage. It's a world stage. So since we talk about the team, how about supernatural powers theory and superhuman abilities? Says Lewis Lee. I do believe that we all have sixth sense. I believe the reason why in our society we're kind of taught out of it is because it connects us to each other. If we're all connected to each other, then we know that we're all powerful. You know, we'll help each other. Humans innately want to help each other. We're innately good creatures. We really are. Like the communities around us, we all want to help each other. So, like being a psychic, you know, just knowing things. So there are people with telepathy. Just all that stuff, you can work on developing your sixth sense and getting there for sure. And the whole reason you're taught out of it is because it breaks the connection between all of us. But we're all connected. We all want to help each other. Glad I'm not the only one that knows that. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. So, what else? He says, hi, how are ya? Hi, Jam. Hi, Ali. Vampire for real. Are you allergic to garlic? I actually like garlic. I don't want to be a psychic, says David. Well, you don't have to be a psychic. You don't have to open yourself up to that. It was all caps. Your accent is dope. Thanks. No performance. Okay, whatever you want. Whatever makes you happy. I'm glad you are. How are you? I'm doing great. Hello, Curbsy. Welcome back. So, back again. I don't know. I'm happy. So, what are your thoughts? What do you guys think of all this stuff? I know I ramble a lot, but it's fun. Isn't it fun to ramble? And just talk about our reality? And that's the whole point of this community. We don't have to agree on everything. But we can agree that we can all help each other. Like, I want a future where we're all abundant. Where food is accessible to everyone, where we're growing food, we're sharing, we're doing different things, you know. Back bro. Jam says you seem nice. Thanks. That's my heart. Jacob says, Paulina has about 15 varieties of laughs. Oh, I guess I do. Yeah, I guess I laugh differently. Okay, so, Lucy says, I love it. Fun. Thanks. Suppression Squad says, hey, my favorite vampire. Welcome, big again. I am Sofa King, we Todd did. You're Sofa King. Well, I guess I'm couch queen right now because I'm chilling on this couch. Isn't it wonderful? It's all printed. So Juan says, and many cool songs like the Welcome Back song. Aw, thanks. You're very positive. Thank you. That's all I want. I just want to spread love and happiness to everybody and let you know, like, we could all just have communities where we just talk to each other about all the weird stuff. We question things. By the way, today I was taking a walk and I saw what are those things when the airplane flies over and they drop that turns into clouds. The chemtrails. I saw a chemtrail. I'm like, look at it. It was like sunny. And I'm like, oh, it's creating a chemtrail. Have you guys noticed that those chemtrails, what ends up happening is that they expand and they create like clouds. It just makes it cloudy. And I think the reason they're doing that is because this is where I get very hippie, but I honestly think the sun is sending us like healing codes and frequencies. And it's just like, it's so healing. Like when you like get like not harsh sun but like soft sun, when you get like beautiful like sun on your third eye, it's just so healing to the brain. I don't know what it is, it's just so healing. So I think the chemtrails are trying to stop that. It like wakes you up, wakes you to this world. I don't know how to explain it. I'm just being weird. Okay. So, reach level 14. Welcome back, Biggie Cheese. Thanks for the like. Okay, so let me catch up on the comments on both lives. Okay, so let me catch up on TikTok. So TikTok says, Snippy says, contrail, chemtrail, yeah. Listen, plus music frequency hertz is life-changing. Gotta be careful what you consume. Yeah. Music is so important. I do that too. I'll put like, this is just kind of spooky music, but the words are important too. But I'll put like 432 hertz just when I'm meditating, things like that. Biggie Cheese, welcome. Hello, how are you? I'm doing great. I'm swapping my content on TikTok a little bit to be more like YouTube, and I'm double streaming so I can be on TikTok more often. Okay, so let's see. The milkman made a funny joke where he was like, I understand you might have some trouble having those candy jawbreakers because of the fangs. What is Maw World? So Maw World is the reason they're asking is because I still have the questionnaire up, but Maw World is like a weird thing where a bunch of Americans, specifically Americans, are dreaming of the same mall. And they're all going to it. And there's a TikToker that went viral because she was mapping out Mall World little by little. And people are literally, and I dreamt of it once before I even knew what it was. And I was just working as a worker in the front desk. Charles is hottie. Oh, thanks. Trevino. Okay. It's also vibrations. Yes. I think chemtrails and electricity goes through them. I think the chemtrails and electricity goes through them. What does that mean? By the way, I take a lot of walks, and I was taking a walk in my boyfriend's neighborhood, and I could hear like the electricity buzzing. Like it was so loud to me. Do you guys hear that? Have you ever gone under one of those things? It just buzzes so loud. Louis Lee, Baby Cheese, how are you? I'm doing great. Louis Lee says, glad I'm not the only one who knows all of this. Yes. So you do hear it buzzing. I don't know if that's like, it's just so loud to me. Okay. So, thanks for sub, you guys. Done on Alabama distance. You're cool. Sounds like a location in the astral realm. Yeah, it might be a location, but the shared thing, a lot of people think it has to do with the GATE program children. So, the children were that in the public schools that went to the gifted program and they were testing them for psychic abilities. They had them hear a lot of audio things. So a lot of people think it has to do with that. Katra is a vampire vampire. Ooh, maybe. Yeah, I remember that sometimes. Joke about seriously going through controls. I subbed. Thanks for subbing, you guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for the heart. Louis Lee says, I was tested. You were tested in the GATE program? I have weird memories. I don't know if I was tested. I just have memories as a child. Being in school, they made me make a line and drink a pink drink. They made me put headphones and watch some things. I don't quite remember what I was watching. I just remember the really big headphones. And they took my fingerprints. So the government has my fingerprints now. So I don't know if I was tested. And I thought it was weird that they took my fingerprints. Okay. So Pink Panther says oh my god, no. Van Man, welcome back again. Good evening, Miss Paulina. Good evening. Logan says you look very beautiful. Thanks. It's so nice. You guys are so sweet. Were you guys ever tested for the GATE program? Do you guys know what that is? The CIA ran tests on people to see if they were psychic. In school, they literally did that. They admitted to doing that. Kratos says, I have special abilities. I have ADHD. I was diagnosed with ADHD too. So. I don't know if that's an actual diagnosis or they just wanted to drug you. I remember them trying to put, like, was on Adderall and all of that. It made me feel very sick. I never liked it at all. And now, of course, I'm not on that anymore. But as a kid, they just kept changing the Adderall. I don't think it's healthy for children. Okay. So, Louis Lee says bird theory. Do you know that? It sounds familiar. Let me look that up. Bird theory. Bird theory is a viral social media trend that uses partners' reaction to mundane comment like "I saw a bird" as a measure of relationship. Yes, where the couple, one of them will test the other one and be like, "Oh, honey, did I saw a bird out?" And then they're testing to see if the person is listening to them. My boyfriend did the test on me and I passed. I was like, "Oh, what's what kind of bird? Tell me about the bird." And he's like, "Oh, you passed." I was like, "Tell me more about the bird." Okay. So Van and Man says, please don't forget to double tap your screen or hit the like button and subscribe, everyone. Yes, please, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. If you guys like this content where we all talk and share ideas and things. Are you a vamp? Maybe. Thanks for likes, you guys. El Diablo. Oh my god. No, what's that? Yeah, done. You're dope. Aw, thanks. Attention to fish. Oh, shiny. Okay. So Jacob, for the TikTokers, the people on TikTok, I'm just gonna read some of, if you have any weird experiences you want to tell us, feel free. I'm gonna read Jacob's. It looks like on YouTube. So Jacob says, one of my earliest thoughts I can recall was age 3. I believed I was the only real person and everyone else was a simulation of sorts. I was being tested for a higher purpose. Jacob, what if that has a weird meaning, like in your life? Maybe that you were. So you are thinking of that at age 3? I feel like that has a meaning in your life, like an actual meaning in your life. Do you know what I mean? For me, I remember it was so weird. So I love my family, I love them, but I just remember I have this weird memory of having other parents as like a little girl, and it felt like I was given to these parents, but then these are my parents and they've always been my parents. It was weird. It's just like a weird thing in my brain that I had as a little child. It was like I went to another realm. It was like I went to another realm. But the realm that I was like just love and light feelings whatsoever, like very high vibe. And I went to another realm where my parents still love me, but the world, there was just more duality. It was not just love, light. And I have this memory of, I was like 1 or 2. I don't know. It's very weird. I've always had that. And my parents love me, but yeah. What do you guys think? Okay. So, you are here for a higher purpose, Jacob. Let's see. Logan's love you so much. Thanks. I won't be doing that, Fabio. Robert says, true bromance, miss. Ali says, it's true, Jacob. You're all fake. We're all fake and you're only one. Don't send him into psychosis. We all have souls. Okay, let me check TikTok real quickly. Thanks for sharing the live, Zachary. Louis Lee saying birds aren't real. That one. The theory that they're all gone. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. So the birds aren't real theory was so funny because, okay, there was a YouTuber that he made a joke out of it too. And he went out and like he did this whole thing. Like there's like hundreds of people and they were all protesting. Birds aren't real. Birds aren't real. But it was like a joke. That's what I heard. It was like a joke. But I can see the government making fake birds to spy on people. I remember when I lived in Arizona, there were fake cactuses with cameras on them. And if you drove too fast, you would get a ticket from a cactus. And you could tell it was a fake cactus because it was way too high and it looked shiny. So yeah, I think birds are real. But I could totally see there being some robotic birds that spy. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I can see that for sure. We have drone technology, of course. Yeah. So Jacob says, only God knows. I do feel I've been set apart from others from the beginning, not in a prideful way. I was chosen type of way. Yeah. I feel like we're all special, and whatever your soul mission is, Jacob, just follow your soul, pray, and see what you're meant to be doing. John says, what happened here? Hi. Dale's not Daleks. Daleks from Doctor Who. Daleks. Is it Daleks or Daleks? I'm trying to remember. The little robots. Ooh. Birds Are Real was hilarious. That was hilarious. Okay. Let me catch up over here. Thanks for the follow, you guys. Wolfman says Twilight actors will be at Creep It Real OC this weekend. Ooh, I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool. Zachary says, this one time I was on a back road in Virginia. So I'm reading, for the YouTube people, I'm reading an experience from TikTok so you guys can hear. This is from Zachary. He's on our live. This one time I was on a back road in Virginia and I saw a woman walking with hundreds of cows. Interesting. Well, I mean, she could have been a farmer. But if it's a back road, yeah, she could have been a farmer. Maybe they aren't real. All the hundreds of cows. Maybe. Laugh out loud. That's funny. Crows. Oh, crows. I've had bird pets. I know birds are real. I know birds are real. Actually, I went to the pet store the other day and I held a bird and it was just so soothing. It was such a loving bird. I wanted to buy it actually, but oh my god. I would have been murdered if I bought it, but I was not going to buy it. I wanted to buy it really badly, but I already had it. Someone already reserved it, but it was the most friendly bird ever. It just wanted to be on my hand and wanted to be on me. So Louis Lee says, we're told is bad, but can it be used for good? Spirits. What we're told what is bad? What, can you clarify that a little bit, Louis Lee? So let me catch up on the comments on YouTube. So, Ali says Birds on Real was hilarious. Yes, it was. The Nate Escape 19 says, I was on vacation in Colorado and saw a bird flying so hard but not moving anywhere. Oh my God, poor guy. Was it like super windy? He was like, and it's so windy, it's pushing him? Or was he just flying like, but flapping his wings? Because gliding, you glide, right? Or was he just like stand still like in the sky like this? That's like frozen in the sky. That's creepy. By the way, we were talking about the NPC theory yesterday, and I have seen frozen people and it freaks me out. I'm not joking. Have you ever seen someone that's so still you're like you're actively acting weird around them to see if they freeze out of it, and they don't. They're just like, and you're like I just drove by one the other day and I was like, is that guy gonna move? Like, that's so creepy. Sian Lan says, yo, the fangs are peak. Thanks. Never seen her. Thank you, Matt. Okay, I appreciate it. Yeah, so Matt, I'm swapping my TikTok content to be more like YouTube so I can live stream both. That's why I'm barely on TikTok, because I'm mostly on YouTube, but I want to be on both. So you guys are going to get more YouTube-y content now. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so Miss Polly says, Pauline, I have a question. Shoot, tell me your question as long as it's appropriate. Hi, Vampire says, UK. I'm glad you like it, Bill. Is that, ooh, I don't know. You have to check out one of my little videos, see if they're real. It's very calm. So Nate Escapes has the bird that he saw just floating there. It was very calm. It looked stuck in the air. So it was it was like our Matrix was glitching. It's just frozen. It wasn't moving. Creepy. When people are frozen like that, I'm just like frozen in an uncomfortable state too. Like mid-step. I'm like, oh my God. Like there's are they a real person? Are they so UK is from Germany. Ooh, cool. Noel says, I really like your hair. I just joined by the way. I'm glad you like it. Welcome, Noel. I appreciate you guys here. Unique, I must subscribe. Says both. Thanks, subscribe. Yeah, that's all we do here. We just talk about all the weird stuff. And I'm double living right now. So on TikTok we have that's nice. Lucy, can evil entities be used for good? I think everything has a soul and an essence and a purpose. And I think we perceive things as evil because we have duality, we have good and bad. And yes, they could be evil acts. But I think it's just like a soul that's still growing, you know? And people have gone through struggles in their life, and maybe their soul signed up for it so they can learn and grow from it and experience it. I do kind of watch. I like a lot of Dolores Cannon's teaching. She was a hypnotherapist, and she would put people to sleep and ask them about more than just what their subconscious. See if there's anything. Ooh, do you remember when you were being born or things like that? You know, your past lives. What happens when you die? I would totally be that hypnotherapist. Of course, I would ask permission from the people. Zachary says, it's only a glitch for you. That person is fine, like they're lagging. Oh my God, have you ever seen a person lagging? That's so creepy. I'm just like, are you there? Are you there? Are you a real person? That person's not real. Zachary, thank you for the rose. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate any support. Lewis Lee says, I got you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Okay, so let me go back on YouTube here real quick. So, we have, okay, thanks for hearts, you guys. I appreciate it. So, I don't know. I'm happy because I'm happy coming on. If you feel because I'm also very, very goofy. But just spread the love and light, you know? I don't know. So, I guess, I don't know what to talk about next. Let's see. What else? I have some ideas here. Louis Lee says, I wonder what our minds would be like to enter into that would be awesome, dwell into it. I think you can. And this is, I do believe in dream walkers. So for those who don't know, dream walkers is the concept of someone leaving their body, so astral projecting, but instead of, exploring their reality, they just go into your dream or your dream. And they're just like, hi. I do believe that we receive messages from the beyond in our dreams. Have you guys ever experienced that? Like someone was too real in your dream? Like someone grabbed you and was like, wake up. Or tries to tell you, like everybody in your dream, all the people are kind of blurry except this one person just looking at you, talking to you. It was too real. That was probably a dream walker. They exist. Do you believe in them? Lucy said, I have once and I floated too. So I always recommend Ryan Kruper. During 2020 and 2021, I was home a lot. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to learn how to astral project. So I started doing his teachings. They're all on YouTube and they're free. And you learn how to literally leave your body and walk around and just explore. And it was the coolest experience ever. I did it a handful of times and I had a lot of weird experiences. There's things, entities that would talk to you telepathically. It was awesome. I haven't done it in a long time. So yeah, I could totally see dreamwalkers being real. And there's a guy that went viral because that's what he did during COVID times. He just went to people's dreams and people kept drawing him. And it was literally him. Okay, so let me catch up on the comments on both lives. So Zachary says, I've projected, but I don't think I've ever been able to enter someone else's. Yeah, I haven't tried it. If you are still astral projecting, you should try it. I've just been I haven't done it in a long time. Shai says, you're pretty. Love your hair. Oh, thanks. Thank you. That's really nice. Let's see. The Nate Escape over here on YouTube says, what are your thoughts on aliens? I've seen multiple flying objects. I can't explain. So, I think, because I've astral projected and had those experiences, I think there are aliens. I think there are just beings everywhere. It's just not like one alien. I think there are beings, all kinds of beings everywhere. I think there are interdimensional beings. I don't understand our reality still. I'm still questioning things. I think that's the human concept. We just don't fully know. We're just here to question and kind of wake up and have fun with it. But I think, I do think there are other beings out there. I don't know if they're how we've learned the typical alien is, but I also think they're all the beings. And there's duality in that. There are good and bad beings too, just like humans. And beings that could be good and could be bad too. They're not like just stern, What do you guys think? Have you guys had any alien experiences? I actually have an alien book over there. I don't have it. Where it classifies all the people's different experiences and what they describe them to be, which is really cool. And also, I also believe that aliens are used to distract too. So don't always necessarily believe what you see in the news. But I do believe in them. Okay, so Lucy says, then one time I had a burst of power for some reason. I was thinking about Dragon Balls in my dream. Really? Oh, that's so cool. So you created like a Dragon Ball Z thing in your dream. I manifested it. Ash says, I want to talk to aliens. So I can help you. I do ghost tours. Not ghosts, but if you want to talk to other worldly beings, I would say meditate a lot. And put that intention, like, I want to connect to another type of being. And a lot of times when you look for something, you will find it. Everything is telepathic. That's what I've realized. You put that telepathic message out, you might get an answer back. So that's my advice to you. And through meditation is really good. Okay, so. Lucy said, yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff. It was insane. That's really cool. Okay. Tell us more. So let me catch up on the comments on YouTube. Isaac says, Avril Lavigne. Oh, I love that compliment. I love Avril Lavigne. Mr. Smith says, hey, beautiful. Hi. Do you work as I'm not a nurse. Is that your teeth? I don't know. You have to guess. Well, it says, I have never had an alien experience, but I have heard 2 experiences that made me believe. Ooh, tell us more, Wong. I do think I do think if you look for it, you will find it, type of thing. Everything's telepathic. I've realized that. We're just told that we're not, but we are. DJ Hannah says, hi guys, hi. That's sweet. Oh my god. Kerbo says hello. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Let me quickly Google that. I don't know what that means. Okay, so Louis Lee on TikTok says, I saw my brother after he passed while so he was probably, so Louis Lee on TikTok, he saw his brother after he passed. He was probably saying goodbye. I've had some of those experiences where I see someone after they pass, and it's usually like a way of them saying goodbye, which is really sweet. You know they're in a better place wherever they are. Hannah says, please, 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 please. I don't know. Oh, Okay, so there's blood in here. I'm joking. Zachary says, I don't believe in extraterrestrials, but I do believe in extra dimensional. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's like, I don't know exactly where they're coming from, so they're alien to us, I guess, but yeah. It could be from a terrestrial, but it could be dimensional. There's just like so many beings everywhere in different realms. So I kind of agree with you, Zach, but also maybe in both. Lucy, thanks, definitely. Everything is very real. Yeah, I think anything you can conceptualize exists somewhere. Okay, so Huang says, well, I used to be a Jehovah's Witness. I remember you did tell me that before I became a pagan. And one man in the church who was an elder almost got excommunicated specifically because he had seen a UFO in Nicaragua near a mountain. Poor guy. It sucks when you're like families in it and then they're trying to kick you out, but because he's just talking about his genuine experience. But he saw a UFO. Who here has seen a UFO? I think one of you earlier said you've seen a lot of things in the sky. Yeah, I love thinking about like when people see things like together, like the Miami Dade experiences. I see someone spamming. If you can stop spamming, I would appreciate that. If not, I'm gonna have to put you in timeout on YouTube. Okay, so Louis Lee says there's different portal spells. There's a lot I've learned, not me. Different door portal spells. Oh my god, expand. I'm curious. Thanks for the like, Super Mario. Welcome back. I haven't wished I could, not me. Can you expand on that, Louis Lee? Okay. Huang says they kept trying to pressure him into accepting that what he saw was a demon, but that made no sense because he said it was a machine, but not a machine that a new human would create. Any human. It defied gravity. Ooh, so he definitely saw a UFO. Poor guy. He was telling the truth. Like they were gonna kick him out. He was literally telling the truth. The majority of, and then Nate Escape says the majority of my dreams tend to be violent in some way. That has to do with your psyche, Nate. I don't know if you were ex-military or in the war or something, but I would work through that. Seems like you might have to work through your shadow self. Maybe your subconscious is trying to work through something too. I wish you the best with that. Let's see. Zylulu on TikTok says, hi, welcome. I'm just chatting with y'all. Yeah, dreams can be a form of therapy. I've noticed that I've confronted a lot of things in my dreams that maybe it's a problem that I was trying to figure out in real life, but I worked through it in my dreams. It can be very therapeutical. Mr. Beard, Blackbeard says, hi, Gabriel, I don't know. Huang says, the other person who told me he saw a UFO was a relative. He also saw something like a craft when he was in a Dominican Republic. He couldn't see details, but he said it was a large floating object that it seemed to blot our part of the sky. And it was strangely silent, but it moved like a machine, not a blimp or anything like that. Interesting. So some of these things, like I question it too. Like, I believe they saw it, but is it part of our military? Because I know military will hide a lot of things. So I also think that too. Like, because, I don't know, it could be purposely there, or it could be alien, or it could be our military. I also think that. Maybe it's like a military program thing. Okay, so Lewis Lee says, yeah, of course. Like, I've dwelled into different state of mind to access different doors in my mind. Interesting. Learn spells are very real, witches, etc. So yeah, I'm very smart. I did a lot of homework. That's cool. Yeah, our mind is a lot more complex than we're taught. Alien, Mr. Alien on YouTube says, Lord of Fourth World, grant me all the power you possess. Let us walk the path. Oh. Ooh, we don't want destruction together. I don't want that. I want love and light. I didn't want to say the rest out loud. No, just love and light. That's all the whole point of this live. Alchemist says, oh, thanks. Ooh. And you have to guess if they are. I'll take Juan likes Hecate. That's really nice. Aw, Alchemist and Hecate like together. That's nice. Why? I don't know why. So Gabriel says, what's your favorite horror movie? I don't know about I don't have a favorite horror movie. My favorite, what you guys can tell me what your favorite movies are. But my favorite movie, I've said it before, it's Alice in Wonderland. I just like the concept of a girl following a rabbit into a hole and going to another realm. Isn't that so cool? Meeting other creatures. There's so many realms for us to explore. Just wake up. There's so many things out there. Tony says, I am the light. That's funny. That's cool. Alchemist says, don't forget dark and shadow, though. Can't have love and light without it. It's true. Duality shows a lot. You learn a lot from duality. Louis Lee says, the average person couldn't comprehend any of that. I've always been like that since I was age 7. You've always questioned things. That's really good. I think what caused me to question my reality was COVID 2020. When I stopped. I was like, wait, this all seems like I started questioning everything. I stopped believing in mainstream media and a lot of it. I was like, I don't know. It was just too much for me. Like, I was like, why? They're trying to control us. Like, I don't know. It made me wake up. And it was a big shift for everybody. It was like a big awakening for everybody, you know? Like, we as a community, like it's a big awakening, you know? And it can be sad because we see some dark sides of our world, but it's also light because it kind of brings us together where we can help each other, you know? Okay, let's see. Lucy says, and I would see things that are not normal to the human eyes. You have your third eye open, it seems like, Lucy. Mia joined. Welcome, Mia. Let me see. Juan says, the dark of the moon, just for you. Ah, they're friends. Alchemist. Invite me, all the things. Are the things real? I don't know, you have to guess. So the Nate Escape says, I was camping with my dad. So this is the Nate's story. I was camping with my dad, and a couple years ago, we were both looking up, checking out the sky. And when we saw what can be described as a warp jump, a distant light got very bright, then disappeared. Kind of like Star Trek, like they used to warp jump, like ding. Oh, that is so cool. Was it like a big light? It just like warped. So you did see something there. It seemed like an aircraft. It's cool that you both saw it too. Okay, so Juan's talking. Then Alchemist says, I saw that before, but saw the actual disc with light and disappear. Mad goosebumps. That's cool. It's like you saw something warp jump. Like, I feel like movies will tell us. People do base technology off of movies too. Like, they'll get that idea and then they create it. Anonymous says, hi, welcome back, Anonymous. So cool, strange stuff. I know, our reality is so strange. There's so much going on. Okay, let me catch up on the comments over here on YouTube. Lucy says, but I never seen a UFO. That's wild. That would be insane. I feel like there are people who literally go out to the desert or in the middle of nowhere and they actively will try to call out UFOs. Like, they'll put the intention, like, if there's any aliens out there, come show us. I would totally do that. Like, with a big group of people. Why not? Let's go see if we can go find some aliens and go to the grassland where there's no city lights, you know? See if anything shows itself to you. Again, I do ghost tours, and I've realized when you, like, it's my job, when you call out for something, when you look for something, it usually answers back. I know it sounds scary, but it does. I want to go to a UFO convention because it's kind of funny. I think it'd be like, I think it'd be fun, it would be funny, and it'd be interesting, it'd be cool to hear people's perspective. I would love to do that. Okay, so, DJ Hidden says, I'm here and you can sense me, can't you? You're wondering if you knew me in real life. Maybe, I don't know. Do I know you in real life, DJ Hidden? Because you're hidden? Alchemist says, laugh aloud. Why are your teeth like that? Because they are. Linking Alice says, everyone subscribe, like, share, super chat, kiss more. Aw, thanks, Linking Alice. I appreciate that. So sweet. Because she's a vampire. Alchemist, I'll remember Alan from my YouTube. I am so sorry, DJ Hidden. Alan from where? Can you expand? So, Lewis says, imagine you made contact. That would be mind-blowing. It would be. I feel like people do have crazy UFO alien experiences all the time. Just nobody believes them. You know? So, DJ, were you just part of my YouTube beforehand? You have to expand on that. Alchemist of Hecate says, watch when we all seen UFOs. Anyways, just passing by. Much love, blessings to you and cute. Ah, thanks. Anyone else? Thanks, I appreciate it. Much blessings to you too. Linking Atlas says, hi. Blessings, friends. Back. I love this. Join the weirdness. Yes, I love this. We just have this awesome community. We all talk about weird stuff. I have weird music in the background. I'm here on TikTok and on YouTube. Why not? What? That should be my next poll. Have you seen aliens? Since I have this poll here. Let's see. Start poll. Have you seen an alien? Okay, cool. Have you seen an alien? Let me know on both sides. I don't know how to do polls on TikTok. Lewis Lee says, and it's not like the movies in Hollywood. They portray UFO. They make them aggressive. Yeah, they do that. I feel like there's a lot of other entities in this realm and the next, where they are good, and the whole portrayal of them like that in Hollywood is for a reason, to stay away. I think they are on our side. Yeah, I think there are all kinds of creatures out there, and some of them are on our side and some of them are not. Yeah. Okay, so DJ Hidden says, why did you stop listening to that podcast and reading like your old ways? Once you started, the issue changed. Listening to the podcast. I think you're getting me confused with someone else, DJ Hidden. Listening to... Yeah, I think you're getting me confused with someone else. I don't know you. It sends me, you want your... Yeah, I think, honestly, DJ, I think you're getting me confused with someone else. What is HGA? I have no idea. I just looked it up. HGA in Urban Dictionary says, a group of girls that happen to be very hot and best friends. What? Best friends with hot girls. That's what HGA is. Philip says hi. Hi, welcome back, Philip. So we're just talking about all the weird stuff on. I have 2 lives going. I have TikTok and YouTube, and we're talking. See if anybody has had an alien encounter, and we've had a few on YouTube. So let's see. Linking Alice says hi. Huang says we should create a group called Plain as Alice of Weird, and instead of TV shirts, we will give out coffee mugs and tinfoil hats to keep us safe from the rapture. That's so funny. Plain as Alice for sure. Wally says your eyes are pretty. Thanks. So definitely not what happened. Question mark. Are you referring to what was their experience? Oh yeah, I just said their experience. So Huang had said that he had 2 friends that saw a UFO. One was with his dad, and the other one was with by himself in like mountains, and he was like Jehovah's Witness, and he tries to tell people, and they almost excommunicated them. He almost got excommunicated them because they didn't believe him. He said, I got you. Yeah. Almost got excommunicated. So, which is kind of sad. We all have weird experiences. Why not talk about it? Okay, so let's catch up. So, alien from the school, remember? So, DJ Hayden says, alien from the school, remember? Alien from the school. I don't remember. AI World News Channel says, an alien? No, but my whole family saw a UFO back in 2016. Really? Tell us about it. Oh my God. So, Huang says, tell us about AI World. That sounds cool. 213 was the... I don't know what that means. I have seen only on YouTube. Hey everybody, hope everyone is doing well today. Yeah, everyone's doing well. So, you guys all saw a UFO? I think the Miami Mall thing was kind of like eye-opening to a lot of us. Oh, yeah, I just read. Do you know about the Miami, Florida Mall? That was crazy, 8-foot aliens. It was insane. Yeah, I mean, it was insane. I was watching it live. Like, people were just, like, recording themselves running out. They said that their phones weren't working when they were in the mall. They said they saw like shadow like figures just like glitching in and out of reality. And then the police was saying there's teenagers fighting, but there's no footage of teenagers fighting, and there's way too many police officers. And a bunch of people said they saw some creatures, like really tall creatures. And it was like, I don't know, I was watching all the people recording and uploading live. It's so believable. That one is like the most believable one. Lewis Lee says, was it a portal? Yeah, a lot of people do believe it was like a portal, you know? Let's see. So, playing a fit check. Oh, it's just this jacket. Says, where's that? Oh, the Florida Mall incident. Yes, the Florida Mall incident. Yikes. Yeah, I know. A lot of people did think it was like a portal or something like that. AI World News Channel says, we were on the pier. Okay, so he's going to talk about his experience, which was interesting. He says, we were on the pier fishing, and 4 glowing orange orbs appeared above the city. They did a zigzag pattern for a few minutes and then shot off the sky at insane speeds. Whoa, it went... Does this... This was in San Diego, by the way. That's crazy. So with so here's the thing. I do believe there's like all kinds of creatures out there, but I also think like that could have been like a UFO, like how we know it, like aliens, or it could just be like military technology too. It could be both. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yes, I have vampire tea. Lincoln says, is it cold inside? Why are you wearing a jacket? Yes, I always keep it very cold. I love keeping it cold. rest of your name is pretty sick. Thank you, Ruben. Hiding her tattoo marks. Now I know I don't know you at all because I have 0 tattoos. Sailor says, we aren't the only ones here. There are things that happen in South Pacific. Ooh. Yeah, also the Antarctica theory, which is super interesting. One second. Dun, 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 dun. There's people who heard, I think recently, there were like energy signals coming from Antarctica, like waves of energy signals, if I'm not wrong. And it was freaking people out. A lot of people think there's a lot more going on there. Like, question it. If countries are in war, which nobody wants war, by the way. It's just profitable for certain people. Countries are in war. But the one thing they all agree on is Antarctica. Come on. There's something going on there. Some people do believe there's grassland there in the whole city, but we'll see. And there's conspiracy theories. Oh, there are other beings that live there. Dun, dun, dun. What do you guys believe about Antarctica? So let's see. Mark Mills says, I've seen the orange orbs too. They did the exact same thing. It was in Pensacola. Interesting. That's Florida. Ice cream. What is it? Thank you for, I'm glad you liked my name, Mr. Ruben. You're interesting. Thank you. That's really nice. Will you catch fire if you got in the sun? Depends what kind of sun. Okay, perfect. So, Lewis Lee says, you hear about the ocean theory. The aliens are underground of the ocean. Yeah, a lot of people believe the aliens, like, they see the UFOs go into the water. It's like there's a lot of UFOs going into the water. We used to explore the oceans, like, very much. I mean, we were constantly exploring the oceans, but we stopped. We had a lot of fun to explore the ocean. We just exploring the sky. Maybe there is some things going on underwater that we just don't know about. Because there seems to be a lot of UFOs that go into the water, you know? Let me plug in my computer because it is dying. One second. Everything seems to be dying right now. Okay, so let's plug this in. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so there we go. Rue says, Mark Mill says Gulf Coast of Florida. Yeah, a lot of UFOs are seen by the water, which is weird. Again, it goes into the ocean theory that there's something under the ocean. We stop exploring the ocean. Why are we exploring the sky so much when we don't even know what's in the bottom of the ocean? Or do we? We do know. So let's see. Catch up. Rua says you seem friendly. Yeah, that's all I'm trying to do is cultivate an awesome community here where we can talk about all the weird stuff. Juan says everyone in Florida, everyone is catching fire. What do you mean by that? I'm curious. Because of the UFOs. Has anyone here had second or third encounters? That's true. Navy says so. With aliens I think it really depends on where you're located. A lot of people see UFOs by the water, by the ocean, and also for some reason a lot of people see a lot of weird stuff around the Appalachian Mountains. They're really old mountains. I think it depends where you're located and also if you're open to it, but location is important. Sailor says that's true. Navy says so. Are you part of the Navy? Gary says, I've seen them going in the ocean around South Carolina, Myrtle Beach. See? A lot of people see UFOs just going into the ocean. Juan says, that's right. There are USOs, unidentified submersible objects. Solar says, the South Pacific is a high activity UFO area. Yeah, how are your teeth like that? They make them like this. Dun, dun, dun. So it's that I don't encounter them on Mission Antarctica. Please tell your age. 501. Louis Lee says, the money theory to the dollar bill. The eye, it's in Latin. The I is in Latin in the dollar. I wish I had my wallet so I can look at it. What's the money theory, Louis Lee? Can you let us know? Okay, so 62 is number 4. I don't know what you're talking about, DJ Hidden. Yeah, definitely a lot of UFOs going into the water for sure, which makes it extra creepy. Lucy, yes, New World Order translated. Oh, and the dollar bill. Yeah, you have all the little signs. Oh God, I hope nobody cropped me because of the sign. Or, I mean, that's I mean, the Project Bluebeam project. Am I saying that right? Project Bluebeam. The whole premise of that project was they're gonna try to create a fake alien invasion to unite all the countries together and then have one world order. Who's going to be leading that world order? We don't know. She has purple liquid to her right. I do not have purple liquid to my right. To my right, I have this. I have this. So, yeah. Oh, I have the votes in, by the way. We have 19 people voted. 47 people said yes, they have seen an alien. Oh my God, tell us. And 53% of people said no. Tell us your experiences. That's the whole point of this, you know? See, I don't know some of this stuff, so Juan calls it out. Thank you, Juan. Ooh, thanks for the join my fan chat, Space Cadet. I appreciate you. It's really sweet of you. That's awesome. Yeah, we're just talking about all the weird stuff here. Blissly says the other theory is the brown light in North Carolina or South Carolina. Not sure, true story. Let's look at the brown light. Brown light theory. What is the brown? Oh, I got the color theory. Brown light theory, South Carolina. So the query likely refers to the Brown Mountain Light phenomenon, which was both legendary and specific explanations. Although it is not directly associated with South Carolina. I just know that there are lights seen in mountains. Are you talking about that? They're just like lights that there's nobody there, but just like lights turn on in specific mountains. I feel like Appalachian Mountains get that. I think everything spooky comes from the Appalachian Mountains. So we have a good morning from India. Wow, you're far. Thanks for joining. So you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this content. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. I live a lot. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Bye, guys.